Hey Medfield, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 14 of the Up to Speed podcast. I'm Katie.
I'm Damon.
And I'm Matt.
And as always, thank you to the Medfield Foundation Legacy Fund for their support of this podcast and every podcast at Medfield TV. All right, guys, what show do we have to feature this week?
So this week, we always talk about $5 Film Club. And so I thought to myself, you know what, we got to show something we shot from $5 Film Club. So I thought it would be fun to show a scene we were just talking about, I think like 2 weeks ago or so on the podcast. We did the Velociraptor kitchen scene from Jurassic Park, which of course was a blast to film. And Damon and I genuinely had a really good time working with the kids with this scene. When we watch this scene, we're not going to have audio because we're right now in the middle of working on the audio for it, but I'm going to add a soundtrack for everyone watching later. So it's a little bit more enjoyable. Yeah, so we're just going to watch it on silent for a little bit.
Okay.
But this is the sketch of Damon and I as being chased by teenage dinosaurs. So that was that was us a couple weeks ago working with the students who take film club with us. And yeah, as you can tell, we only have an hour to show them the scene we're going to recreate, talk about how we want to recreate it, shoot it, and then quickly put it together in post. So again, it's one of those things where we're not too attached to the outcome of the project. We were more or less worried about the process of making it and how we feel about that and the creative decisions that the students are making while making it. And so we just like to have fun. So we just pick scenes that are a little more goofy and fun and let them be creative. But yeah, that was it.
I love it. And it's impressive how much you get done in 1 hour. And also I'm impressed with both of your acting skills too. They're getting really good. And I'm wondering how Damon's head feels after sneezing.
Yeah, that was kind of our ad-lib thing that we changed in the scene. Because obviously in the movie, the kids get away from the dinosaurs. I think they throw like a spoon or something and they escape. But we kind of changed it up. And so Matt and I were just kind of, we initially started giving direction underneath the table. And then we quickly realized like, wait, everyone's out there. We don't have to be talking from under the table.
Right.
We were just sitting under the table looking at each other, but like talking to the students, giving directions. We were like, what are we doing under here? So we had to get out from under there. And then Damon actually was the one who came up with the idea for the sneeze and going under the table. It's one of those things where it's like we kind of start with our opening shot. And then we kind of just let it guide us as we kind of go along. For Damon and I are behind the table. It's like, all right, well, if they walk in, we'd go around the table. And then we'd end up underneath it and kind of just let the scene kind of play out organically, honestly, with the students. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And I got to sit in on the class where you did the Foley for all of it. So that was always fun because I love Foley art. I think it's so incredible how they come up with all these sounds like, cutting into, flesh is like cutting into a watermelon or whatever. Yeah. Like, I just think it's so fun. And also like that just takes me back to visiting Emerson and seeing like the Foley floor. Is that what they called it?
Yeah, it's like a Foley pit or a Foley
pit.
Yeah. They have like suction cups where you basically suction cup to the floor tile. You pull it up and like underneath each tile has like a bunch of leaves or like gravel or things like that, so that they can make like footsteps or different noises and things like that.
Yeah, I'll always love watching the Foley work on movies, especially like war movies, and it's just people walking in grass, and they just get the behind the scenes. They're all just walking in these tubs, like a sound stage on grass, like trying to record it. It's the best.
I love that. Yeah. That's great.
It's a lot of fun.
Cool. All right, and then we have a class coming up this week for $5 from Club?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Just
what are you
talking
planning?
about
anything good?
Ooh.
You don't know yet?
No, we do know what we're planning. I just wasn't expecting you to say that, so it caught me off guard. But
Sorry.
No, it's all good. But we all have been working together to create a action movie trailer for our puppet Borp. And of course, I don't know if Borp has been shown on this podcast yet, which is nuts to think about. That's crazy. He needs to be on the podcast.
He needs to be a guest next week.
Without a doubt. One of us just like we keep cutting to like David is like with his hand in the puppet just talking for him. But we're making like a kind of a cheesy 80s action movie with Borp. And the general plot is that the studio gets taken over by an AI system, and Borp needs to fight the machines to bring them back to normal. And so that's sort of our plot we're running with.
Machine versus machine.
Yes, indeed. But Borp's the good machine.
Yes. I love that. That's so fun.
Yeah, he's working the night shift, so.
Oh, yes.
Nice. And what staff projects have you been working on lately?
Yeah, so this past week we filmed with Betty from APC to kind of as part of our sponsorship videos that we're making for the 375th parade and anniversary celebration. And so we filmed her interview on Thursday. And Matt helped me film that. And then because of the rain, we've had a couple delays as far as filming their outside portion, but we're going to get some more footage of kind of what a day looks like for them. And, it's going to should be fun, but we're waiting for a sunny day to do that. So.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. No, that was a lot of fun. They have a beautiful workspace. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's typical April right now. It's been raining almost every day.
Yep.
But it's going to get up to like 70 degrees today, which is amazing.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, close to it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm excited to do some planting tomorrow. I bought some blueberry bushes last night at Tractor Supply. So
Nice.
I'm going to plant them. I'm so excited.
So does that mean we're actually getting good weather this weekend? Knock on some wood.
I hope so. At least on Saturday.
At least on Saturday. Okay.
I think it's supposed to rain all day on Easter.
Perfect. It's April.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Go inside, eat some ham, and pass out on the couch.
The best way.
All right. And what are you guys doing this weekend? I mean, I know we all celebrate Easter, right?
Yes.
So
Yes.
what are you guys doing on Easter?
I'm just going to my mom's house. Just probably going over for a cookout. There's a group chat that I have not been paying attention to, so I don't know exactly what's happening, but I need to do that. And probably just be a low-key event. It always is sad when there's a holiday or an event and there's no football on, in my opinion. It's just like, what do? I have to talk to my family?
Are there any other sports on?
No. I take it baseball will probably be on, but I'm actually not positive off the top of my head. But no, of course I am joking. I'm excited to see my family. So now when you get older, you don't see them every day anymore. So it's like you got to go catch up and talk for a while. Now you're like, oh, 9 hours went by. Wow. Okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going over to Lauren's mom's house. She lives in Franklin, and so she's going to be making us like Easter dinner or Easter, I guess dinner we call it because it's kind of like lunchtime dinner. And so so we're going to be doing that, just kind of hanging out with them.
Nice. And I'm going to my aunt's house, and my sister and her 2 girls are going to be there. My brothers unfortunately can't make it, but Mike and I will be there, and my aunt and her special friend, but she's older, so she doesn't use the term boyfriend. It's fine.
Right.
And my dad. So we'll all be there hanging out and having a fun time.
Are there little kids there?
So they are, my nieces are 15 and almost 12.
So not
no,
really anymore.
no.
Yeah.
And my nephew, let's see, he was born in 2019, so he would be 6 now.
Gotcha.
He won't be there, unfortunately. I think they're going to be with my sister-in-law's side of the family. So I won't get to see him or their dog, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Next holiday.
Totally. It's always fun to have the little kids around on the holidays
I know.
sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah.
Great. And speaking of little things running around,
yes,
we have another adoptable pet of the week. And this week, our adoptable pet is Toffee. So Toffee's not so little. Toffee was transferred to the Medfield Animal Shelter from the Boston Animal Control after being abandoned. But I don't know why, because Toffee's so cute.
Yeah.
This 1-year-old is full of wiggles and has an adorable smile. He's a sweet pitty mix who loves to play and explore and be included in everything you're doing. He knows sit, down, and paw and loves treats, so he is very fun to train. Toffee loves being around his people and has plenty of energy to adventure, followed by cuddle cuddles and cuddle time. He's also good with other dogs and recently went on a nice hike with the shelter manager's dog. So since they do not know whether he has ever lived with children, they will not place him with children under 12. And he has had all his vet care and is ready for a new home. If you're interested in adopting Toffee or any of the pets at the Medfield Animal Shelter, the first step in the adoption process is to fill out an adoption application at medfieldshelter.com/adopt.
Toffee is so cute.
I know.
Toffee. And my older brother has a pity mix. Her name's Sadie. She is the sweetest dog I have ever met in my entire life. I feel like pity mixes sometimes can get a bad rap. There's been a lot of things that have happened that is justified for people to be a little bit afraid of pitties and not want any, but at least the couple I've met have been the sweetest dogs in the world. So it's not every pit bull or pit bull mix that's like that.
My friends had a pit bull mix too. She recently passed away, but she was one of the sweetest dogs as well. They're just strong, and they were bred to be strong. So that's why they get that bad rap and, you know, the history of pitties. But really, they're just so sweet. Such good dogs.
Definitely, and my brother's dog Sadie is she's got a wide stance.
Yeah.
She's got big shoulders.
So she's intimidating.
Well, she's tiny though.
Oh.
She's small, but she's like
small but mighty.
Yeah, exactly. No, she's the sweetest. She just cuddles instantly the second you meet her. So like that's all she does. Nice. So she's so nice.
Oh,
awesome.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I missed a question this week.
Oh.
What are you guys listening to or watching right now?
Yeah, that's right. One of my new favorite bands, they're not really well known. They're called Good Kid. Okay. They just came out with their first new album today, or their first album today. They released a couple EPs, and a lot of their music is kind of based off of like some of my favorite video games growing up and like some of my favorite animes. Like one song is literally just the plot to Kingdom Hearts, but
nice.
I don't know, but it's like kind of like alternative rock music, kind of like it has a bit of like Japanese rock influence with it, which I'm a fan of that type of music as well. So it's a cool mix, but they're not that popular at the moment, but I hope they get bigger. But yeah, it's a good album.
I'd love to listen to that. It sounds like nerdy rock. I would love that.
It is. It's nerdy rock. It's my favorite. Yeah, it's so cool.
That's cool. Yeah. I recently went and saw Project Hail Mary, and it was really good. Yeah, it's I think Matt and I are going to try to see it again at some point.
Yeah, I've been dying to see it.
But yeah, it's definitely well worth the watch.
Perhaps it will be on a new podcast.
Maybe. Potentially.
We'll see. Who knows?
Wait to figure out.
Yeah. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it's super, it's not what I expected. And like, I hadn't read the book, so I didn't really know anything about the story, and I hadn't watched any of the trailers or anything like that. So I really just went in blind, and that's how I'd recommend going to watch it, unless you've read the book. I hear the book is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really good story, and not what I expected, but in a good way.
I just have one question about it.
Yeah.
I feel like every movie can earn its runtime. Like a movie can only be 90 minutes, and it should be 90 minutes. And then a movie could be 3 hours, and it should be 3 hours, and it earns that runtime. Do you think this movie justifies being 2 hours and 40 minutes long, or do you think they could have trimmed 10, 20 minutes off to try to get that down a little bit?
It didn't feel like that length of a movie.
Okay.
Like it felt like it told the full story, and I don't feel like it needed more or it needed less.
Cool. Okay.
Like I felt like it was just the right amount to keep it going, to keep it interesting, and it the way it starts is definitely like makes you kind of lean forward a bit. But it's supposed to do that. So yeah, it's well worth the watch. Yeah.
Good to know. I feel like movies nowadays are so long, and sometimes I'll watch them and I'm just like, why are you this long?
They need an intermission if they're going to be that long.
Yeah, I kind of agree, especially with Oppenheimer. I saw that in theaters. That needed an intermission. I love that.
That was good, though.
Yeah, it was so good. Great movie. But I could have used a 5-minute break in the middle of that movie. But yeah, I just feel like nowadays movies are really long, and I feel like sometimes they can really justify that runtime, or sometimes you can tell they're just like stretching the plot for the sake of it, and it's like, all right.
Yeah, I heard that the original cut of the movie was much longer.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
And they pared it down to 2 hours and 45.
Wow. That's crazy.
So what they cut out of it, I don't know, but it definitely this version of it didn't feel like it was dragging, or like I was like kind of like, oh, this feels like a long movie. Like I didn't feel that.
Yeah. And the main thing I'm excited about, sorry if I cut you off there, I didn't mean
to. No.
I'm just excited that Lord and Miller now get to focus entirely on Beyond the Spider-Verse. The directors of this movie, now the next movie they're working on, is I am so excited for it. I've just been dying to see it, and it's been delayed like 5 years.
Wow!
So I've just been waiting forever for this movie. So yeah, I'm dying to see it. So yeah.
Is that movie going to be like partially animated?
Yes,
Do you know?
that's the. I think you've seen some of the animated ones.
Yes.
The directors of Project Hail Mary did those 2 movies
Okay,
before this movie.
cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so I love those 2 movies.
Yeah,
And so
me
they did
too.
this one, and now the 3rd one's gonna be coming out. So I actually can't wait.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait either.
Yeah.
Then maybe I'll go see it.
Yeah.
Cool. And this week I had a little more time after work. Usually I have like stuff going on, but I was finally able to sit down and watch Wicked for Good.
Oh,
nice.
cool.
And I watched the first movie in theaters, but this one I just couldn't align my schedule with my friends. And I had no idea what was going to happen. I had never seen it on Broadway. I've never read the book. So it was fun to see. And I don't think this is really giving anything away, but an interesting artistic choice that they made was that they never actually showed Dorothy's face in the movie. And I thought that was so interesting. Because it's not about her.
Yeah,
right?
it's not.
It's not about her. So I thought that was fun. And I also didn't know exactly what was going to happen at the end or who the love interest was going to be. So that was a nice surprise for me too.
Yeah, totally,
So.
totally. I don't know a lot about the ending of Wicked for Good. It always sucks because my social media thinks I watch everything, so it'll just recommend me spoiler stuff all time.
course.
So I know a lot of the things that happen in these
Yeah.
movies, sadly, even though I've not seen them. Would you prefer they showed Dorothy's face out of curiosity? Not like you were critiquing it, but like would you rather them do like a not weird, but like a CG deep fake sort of situation with Judy Garland, or would you prefer like recasting it? Because that's such a conversation nowadays.
I don't know. I kind of, it was off-putting, but it almost made it feel more theatrical because we didn't see her.
Interesting. I like
So
that.
I
Yeah.
enjoyed it. I wouldn't change it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I saw the stage play when it was in Boston, and I don't think they show her face in the in the show.
Okay.
Because I think the whole idea, because that part of the show takes place during the original Wizard of Oz.
Right.
And I think that's the whole idea, is like they want you to see these recognizable moments from that movie if you've seen it, and kind of think about that, and not like, I guess like you said, like she's not the focus.
She's not the focus.
She's
no.
just part of it.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. I do need to check both these movies out still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there were a couple things that I felt like could be explained more, but that's fine. I think I need to just watch the movies again.
I heard the second one wasn't as good as the first one.
I didn't think it was
Yeah,
either.
that's what I heard. But not like that's a big problem. You
No.
know, I heard the first one was great. The second
Yeah.
one's still good, but it's just not as good.
It's not as good.
I think the first one has more memorable music in it.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard that a lot too.
The second
Yeah.
one, it has those like key songs, but it doesn't have as many of them. I feel like every song in that first movie was like a hit, and it
Yeah.
was just really powerful.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So we're ready for our question of the week?
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So what's a creative project, past or present, that you're proud of?
So I guess a project that I always am proud of is my college senior thesis was a 11-minute horror film that I made in Pennsylvania, in like Amishtown, Pennsylvania. We were deep in the woods in this cabin. I was so far away from my school, so it was kind of me taking care of my crew of 15. I was like, I had Crafty on set, so I had people cooking for them. And it was a really, really big production, and it definitely was a little bit too much for me to take on at the time without taking on something a little bit smaller. But I learned so much, and I'm proud of the project. I'm not fully in love with it, but it's something I look at and can learn a lot from every time I watch it. I actually showed Damon it the other day, just because we were chatting about it. And yeah, I'm still proud of it, but it definitely has its mistakes. But every time I watch it, I feel like I could take away something new that I'm like, oh yeah, I probably should have thought about that. Not like a negative sense, like critiquing myself, but just knowing that this is one of my first projects in a long line of projects I will make. So trying to just learn from it.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
Besides this podcast,
Yeah.
I think that this is always something I'm really proud of that we do. But I think, like, off the top of my head, I'm really proud of the sponsorship videos we're making.
Me
Like, I
too.
think it's kind of not necessarily new territory for us, but it's something different. And I think the first one came out really good. I think people. It's funny. We were with I forget his name, but it was somebody who
Which
works
company?
with Betty with APC.
Oh, okay.
So we
I'm not sure.
were there yesterday filming, and they asked us, "Oh, did you film with Randy?" And he's like, "Oh, I saw it on Facebook
Aw.
and stuff." So I was like, "That's kind of cool. Like people are already recognizing it
Yeah.
and seeing it." So I'm glad that it's making an impact, and we're also just having a lot of fun
Yeah.
producing them and making them.
Mhm.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really I'm enjoying working with the 375th celebration committee as well, and I'm looking forward to next week because we're filming a podcast with them.
Right.
But I do a lot of things creatively outside of work too that have nothing to do with video production, so I figured I'd bring one of them in today.
I know. We saw
Yeah.
there was
Yeah.
something face down over in the corner.
Yeah, I was excited
So
about this
hopefully,
surprise.
hopefully this looks okay on TV. I'll be like one of those annoying Instagram people and like slowly turn it. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is what I've
Oh my
made.
gosh.
So this is a cross stitch.
Oh wow!
And I'll explain it for anybody who's not watching the podcast right now. So it is a cottage set out in the woods, and everything is kind of pastel colored. There's a river going through the front of the cottage, and there's a little bridge going over it with a path and a beautiful purple flowered tree out in the front. So this is something that I did during the pandemic. Here, now everybody can see my face. So I had started doing cross stitching kind of when I was in middle school, and I enjoyed it, but I had never actually finished a project. And so I was like, well, we're in the pandemic. I'm not going anywhere. There's nothing I can really do, and all Mike and I are doing are watching TV or playing video games every day.
Yeah.
So what can I do while I'm watching TV that's productive? And so I went on Amazon and found this kit to create this. And it's not counted cross stitch. I had always done counted cross stitch for a long time. And that is basically you have a blank canvas that has, the little patchwork, so that it has all the holes that are in equidistant from each other, and that's how you make the crosses. But I would have that blank and then a piece of paper with different shapes on it to show like what color is going to go in what spot. And those are pretty hard to follow. And this actually had different colors printed onto it, so that I would cover up the color with a different colored string.
Okay. Yeah.
And it was a lot easier to follow. And then after I was done with all of it, I just put it in water, and all the paint would dissolve. And then I'd let it dry, and then I mounted it and framed it.
That's awesome.
And it probably took me close to 100 hours to
about to
work
ask
on
that,
this.
yeah.
It took a really long time. But also I didn't work on it consecutively. I'd pick it up for a while, put it down. But I'm really proud of it. And it's not like, it wasn't meant as like, I need to finish this so that I can enjoy it. It's the whole process of it that I enjoyed.
Definitely.
It was just, something relaxing to do.
Yeah, the process is always different from the outcome for some reason or another.
Yeah.
As I don't know. I feel like I learn that every day in a different way. It's
Yeah.
always weird. But this is incredible. I have a really specific question.
Sure.
The bridge.
The bridge.
These dark lines on the bridge and these
Oh.
dark lines on the stairs
Yeah.
look like they're drawn on, in my opinion. Just getting like a quick look at it. How are those the same as everything else in the picture, I guess, to maybe ask that not the right way?
No, so that was one of the last steps that I did.
Okay.
So all of the stitches are made with basically 2 pieces of thread.
Okay.
And then those pieces of the black like lines, those are made with 1 thread.
Gotcha.
So that's how you get that really skinny
yeah.
outline, and it really pronounces it.
Yeah.
Because you can see in the windows too, like the crosses.
Oh, yep.
That's made with just black thread as
Yep.
well.
Totally.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Yeah, there's something about the bridge just like stuck out
I
to me,
love
and
the bridge,
or stood
yeah.
out to me, and I was like, why is that standing out to me right now? So yeah, no, really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
And I think something like you mentioned, like you fell in love with the process of it.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the outcome. And I feel like that's very similar to like Matt and I doing film club, or really like I think any creative process. I feel like that should be the goal.
Yes.
I think we can always, every day with what we're doing, we're always caught up on like the outcome of like, oh, is this good enough, or is this going to be what I envision it to be? And I think at the end of the day, if you can kind of forget all of that and just enjoy the act of creating something, or the process of going from one thing to another, like that's what makes great things like that.
Yeah.
Like it's not about necessarily the outcome.
No, it's not. And you can start to apply that to a lot of things in life, in my opinion,
Right.
where it's like you shouldn't be too attached to what this is lead to, but more or less the journey. Like even, I mean, go off topic a little bit. It's kind of what Lord of the Rings is about. You know, they could have just taken the eagle to Mount Doom and it
Well,
would
I
have
don't
all
know
been
about
over.
that.
No, they could have. But no, it would just be boring then.
Right.
And
Yeah.
there's no story. It's not interesting. So it's all about the journey, and it's always about the journey. So I just love that.
Yeah.
And I think just based on like us having this conversation about Lord of the Rings, like it doesn't stop with the outcome either.
No,
Like we're
yeah.
here critiquing it and talking about how it could have changed. Like
Yeah.
that's part of the process too. And just thinking creatively and thinking new ways to do things. Like, I don't know. It's
Yeah.
just, I love all that.
It's true. It's very true.
Creativity is so important.
Yes. Yes. That is the message of today's Up to Speed podcast.
For
Yeah.
sure. All right. Well, do you guys have anything else to add before we jump off the podcast today?
Always just like to add, in case there's a new viewer listening, if you're interested in learning how to operate cameras, you want to produce your own show, you're a resident of Medfield, or you're just interested in what we do at Medfield TV, just reach out to Matt at medfield.tv and we'll have a conversation about it.
Yeah. I'm drawing a blank.
That's okay.
I was gonna say the podcast next week. I don't know if we wanted to say anything more about that. The Voices of Medfield episode we're doing with the 375.
I don't know if it's going to be ready by next week, though.
That's true. We're filming
Yeah,
it next
We're
week.
filming it next week.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to talk about the past 350th parade
Mm-hmm.
and what that was like. I heard that it rained that day. That's all I know. And the committee's going to talk about, what their process has been to get this new parade started and the celebration around it as well, and what people can expect, but also the process of getting there and, why they decided to get involved with this and why they're so passionate about it. So I'm looking forward to hearing what they say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, me too.
And the parade itself.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the outcome, right?
Exactly.
It's about the journey.
Exactly.
It's about getting to the parade.
Yes, exactly.
We could just take the Eagles to the parade, but that would be boring.
That would be
Yeah.
boring.
I don't think that was the message.
All right. Well, thank you all so much for tuning in. We hope to see you next week on Up to Speed. And in the meantime, hope everybody has a good Passover and a good Easter. And we'll see you all soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Have a good one.